Hi, I'm John, and we are Petrucci's Peeps. Today, we are faced with finding a current artist with the most promise of future success. To start, we looked at the best-selling artists of all time, specifically the Beatles, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Led Zeppelin, Garth Brooks, and the Eagles. By examining their careers, personalities, and images, we narrowed in on a set of 6 criteria for selecting our artist. They are as follows. First is creativity, the uniqueness of an artist's music and identity. Next, we have connection to youth, how an artist appears in the eyes of their primary audiences. Next is statistics, the accolades of an artist that make them more successful and appealing. Next is distinction from rivals, how they are able to rise above the competition. Next is identity, how the artist has changed the culture of an industry. Finally, we have longevity, why the artist will be just as successful in the future as they are now. We concluded that the artist who models all these aspects above anyone else is Beyonce. The team is going to take you through evidence that proves this.
The first aspect of an artist that we evaluated was creativity. Beyonce's creativity stems beyond her music. We analyzed other aspects of her life, including her style, videos, and personal successes. And this is what we found. A musician would need a unique identity, and creativity as a foundation for longevity. One of the biggest examples of Beyonce's creativity occurred in November 2013 when she debuted a surprise album. Other artists, such as Katy Perry, failed miserably attempting this. However, Beyonce's unconventional, rebellious, and determined attitude allowed her to succeed in the risky venture. By eliminating her ad campaign, she showed original style and busted iTunes records at the same time. Some musical components of her creativity include her strong, soulful voice, loose song structure, electric yet soothing R&B mix, and asymmetrical balances of rhythm, composition, structure, and tension. Her music and videos explore supernatural themes, physical attraction, and equal rights, which are infrequently explored by her competition. Beyonce has also done many personal things to prove that she is creative. For example, her unprofessional style and personal perspectives on life, as seen in her self-titled album, excite her fans. Her successful clothing line and creativity director, Todd Torso, also contribute to her stellar brand. And this unbreakable brand is built on her remarkable ethics and values and serves as a superb foundation for longevity.
Another huge component of choosing an artist is their ability to connect to the young population of music followers. Beyonce has a very powerful connection with her fan base, which happen to be mostly teens. She enriches this connection by keeping active on her social media websites, Twitter and Instagram. She reveals parts of her daily life in these posts, which help her fans feel a part of the experience and relate to her directly. At concerts, she often interacts with her fans, like singing happy birthday to a teen or asking what song to perform next. Beyonce's surprise album was extremely unique for her teen followers, and she released the news to her Instagram page first. She also updates her personal website frequently for her fans, with pictures and promotions from performances across the globe. The passion and dedication Beyonce possesses is evident in everything she does. Her loyal fan base has been with her up until this point and will follow her into her bright future. 20 years from now, we will see 40-year-olds at Beyonce concerts.
What makes an artist really stand up among her peers is said artist's accolades. As one of the most decorated artists in the world, Beyonce has numerous awards won in her name. Since the beginning of her solo career in 2003, Beyonce has been nominated for an astounding 324 awards, which include 54 Grammy nominations. Looking at her Grammy nominations, we can see she has won 37%, the same percentage as Michael Jackson. She has won 55% of her nominations with 178 awards won in her name, much more than other artists such as Taylor Swift, who have only won 48%. The statistics for this show that she has almost 22 nominations a year by average. What keeps Beyonce relevant is her live performances and released albums. She has held 4 headline tours and has co-headlined 2 tours. She also has numerous live performances for family and friends. Beyonce also holds an expansive discography portfolio. She has released 5 studio albums, which have all top charts in the US at a #1 position. She also created 4 live albums, 5 EPs, and 65 other albums. Along with this, she has been featured on the work of numerous other artists. Collectively, her work has sold over 140 million records worldwide.
Other artists have failed because their careers are too narrow, their egos are too big, and they lose sight of their humble beginnings. Beyonce has combated these faults with a wide-range career, caring for her band and crew, and having her roots always come first. She has built herself as her own brand. Beyonce is internationally known. This is no coincidence. She invests herself completely into her work. When she's part of an advertisement or endorsement, she works through the whole process. This is how you know it's a true reflection of her. This is also a reason why her rivals fail. They believe that if they hire others to do their dirty work, they will receive the same results as her. But instead, they just put their name on it. Her career has a wide range. She is not only a singer, she is also an actress. She has starred in critically acclaimed movies including Dreamgirls, The Pink Panther, and Austin Powers Goldmember. She has received nominations across the board, including Golden Globes and the Actors Guild Award. She also has her own documentary on HBO, which proves that she has built enough of a following to have this type of media coverage. She truly cares for her band and crew. While on world tour, she takes them tour field trips. In 2009, during her I Am World Tour, she said, and I quote, "Egypt was the best. When I visited the pyramids, I started singing the Ave Maria. I've never heard acoustics so clear." She builds a family relationship with them. She always puts her roots first. She will always make a point that she was a little girl in Houston, Texas, but has built herself up to be one of the most powerful and influential women of today. These aspects are so crucial to longevity since they make her a real person to her fans. She is someone each of us can relate to or look up to as a role model. She's a symbol of a trophy wife, a loving mother, and a true friend.
The next aspect of Beyonce that we're going to talk about is her identity and culture. Queen Bee, Beyonce, and Jay-Z have been labeled Barack and Michelle Obama of pop culture. She can be described as a Renaissance woman. From things like politics to music, or even motherhood to business, there's nothing she cannot do. She bluntly expresses her dedication and support for the feministic movement in her song Flawless, where a Nigerian writer and feminist goes up and gives a speech on feminism. She branded her own identity with the creation of Parkwood Entertainment, which includes music production, motion pictures, and television specials. She prides herself in developing a brand that keeps perfection and fierceness at number one, while still projecting an intimate love as a wife and mother. The woman that every woman aspires to be, with a cultural following that is most commonly described as cult-like, with millions of adoring fans taking part in Beyonce's beehive. Her identity connects to anyone because there's nothing that people can't relate to, which brings such a diverse cultural following. Beyonce's ethos can be characterized by the spirit and energy she brings to every performance, and her positive attitude that she maintains every day. According to Forbes, Beyonce was the #1 celebrity in 2014, and she was also ranked number 21 on the worldwide Power Woman charts this year. All of these are important factors for why we chose her, because without her identity and culture, she would have no physical or emotional aspect to relate to. And these two factors allow us to connect with Beyonce on a completely new level, further keeping our interest in her life and the works of this artist.
There are a lot of factors that point to the longevity of an artist, but in the end, it's only a few that lead to success. Through calculation of Beyonce's mentions throughout social media and her record sales, we've calculated her longevity. The data we've gathered shows the peaks and valleys of Beyonce's creativity, her connection to youth, and her understanding of identity as it relates to her genre. Beyonce will be a predominant player in the R&B and pop genre well into the future. Here we've used Google Trends to map out the peaks and growth of Beyonce's career. The peaks are notable times in her career, such as her Super Bowl performance and the surprise release of her self-titled album, which we discussed earlier. We also see the trend that each album release over time creates a bigger peak than before. While others may attempt to come close on the scale of the next 25 years based on our data, Beyonce eclipses all of her competitors. While it looks like in 2015, Taylor Swift does have a slight edge, we can see from past performances that all Beyonce needs is her next album to release. She'll come out on top like she always has.
Beyonce has changed the game and will continue to succeed as an artist and pop culture symbol. She has exemplified these 6 aspects throughout her career, which we've proven throughout this presentation. Beyonce, the Queen Bee, is the artist who will fill radios, TVs, the internet, and the media of tomorrow's generation. Beyonce is tomorrow.